All right, well, welcome back to the stream. So yesterday we went full troll mode and went into Akbar Data Vault. This week, tonight, we're going to go further down that path and try out Admiral Trench Data Vault. So this list was put together by Crispy. I've put together a link to his deck tech in the description of the video. I'll also drop it on the chat shortly as well. He was the one that built the Han 2 Data Vault deck. So he's been working on Trench for a little while. And I thought we would give his deck a go tonight and see how we go. So I've played some Trench Blue before, Trench Colossus. This time we're going to mix in the Data Vault, extra 10% health, and then we're mixing it in with that green color. So green means we can get Palp's Return, we can get the ramp, and we can get our big Sith units, Maul, Vader. We get Walkers and we get Devastators. So let's see. It may not look like much, but hopefully we can win some games and that from it. So let's dive straight in and talk about the deck as we're playing. All right, so we're not on Akbar anymore. Let's create a game for Trench. We'll see if anyone is brave enough to join us. It is quite a fun deck, Trench. You know, I have the showcase as well, so it I always like playing decks that are completely off meta, completely unexpected. When you turn up to playing against an opponent and then they have to look at your leader and read the description, that's always fun. So yeah, this deck has got a bit of early removal, McClunkies, the Salacious Crumb, Retainers, Yularen, but what you're going to prioritize is ramp early on. Everything else you're going to rummage from Trench and start to get through your deck. So we haven't had anyone join yet. Let's see if there's anyone's in the list. There are, so we're going to go Trench Data Vault, and let's join this Han and see if we can make sense of this deck. So Han 2 Data Vault will try and... I don't know if they actually play much ramp. I think they just use the Cham, and then they use Han's ability to cheat things out a turn earlier. So this, from what I understand, I watched the deck tech, is a bad hand. You're trying to look for ramp. We have no first turn to play and no ramp. So let's mulligan that one. Not much again as well. So let's get rid of the Walker and a Lackey. One thing we can do with Trench is we can cycle. So I'm going to rummage, and I'm going to rummage the Lackeys. The Invincible comes out on 5 because Trench is a Separatist. So we've got 2 at that level. All right, so let's claim. Not a great start. We would have preferred some ramp or something there. So there's our ramp. So we get rid of... Let's just get rid of the Retainer here. We'll drop our Super Laser Technician, and the turn after we'll hit with our Invincible. All right, so let's go the Technician. We'll have to decide, do we rummage? We might rummage the Fighter here. Typically, it doesn't have much space in this Han deck. Okay. All right, let's claim. We take the restock here. I don't think this game's going to go to 60 somehow. No, let's... Because we're at 48 cards. I have a high doubt that this matchup will go to 60. So let's get rid of the restock. We can run into Cassian here. We can drop our Invincible, which will be a fantastic, overwhelming barrage target the next turn. And we could also deploy our leader instead. So deploying a leader, when you've got the Invincible out, you can return a unit that costs 3 or less. He may play Poe Dameron here. No, he's going to play heavy. So that 4. So he's got 10 health on the board. We can barrage for 8. All right, so we don't need Bazine. So if we barrage and then next turn we can... What are our options? We can barrage. We could deploy our leader. Yes, but then heavy just kills it, so... A barrage for 8. Let's do that. Let's barrage for 8. Take out the heavy. We'll take out the Cassian and we'll put 1 on the Battlefield Marine. Next turn we can kind of follow up with the Vader. Alright, so let's rummage. Get rid of a Devastator. Okay, he's going to ramp. Alright, let's hit him for 8. If he plays Han out here, play the Crumb, just get our heal there, maybe save a little bit of damage. Alright, now we can just claim. We'll run Vader into Cham. I kind of like the No Good to Me Dead here. Alright, let's run Vader in. What have we got? We can go Bazine and Crumb. I think the Jump Master does much for us there. Resolve the attack. We'll hit the Cham. Heal 1. Okay, so he's going to be at the 8 resource level. Now, what do we not want? Don't think we want a Crate Dragon. I think we can kind of handle a home 1. But I don't think we could handle a Crate Dragon. This stage. At this stage, at least. It'd be interesting. Does he play the Fell the Dragon to hit the Invincible? Or does he play the home 1? He can play up to 3, so he could play a Cassian back out. Seems pretty good for him. All right, let me get the links going while we're waiting for him to decide. So he did play the, the Fell for 6. I feel like I don't want to rummage because I don't want to lose the Devastator here. So let's claim. Let's see who he takes out. He has to take Vader out, I think, with the Marine. And then Han will probably take out Crumb, I was to guess. Yep. Well, okay. Let's go. What are we looking at? No Good to Me Dead. No, I think we resource one of those. Now we're at the stage where we can drop Trench out. All right, so what do we want? We want some links. So this will be the link in the chat to the deck list. All right, let's deploy Trench. So it costs 3 to deploy. We don't want to rummage because you can't rummage and deploy on the same turn. So the way I see it with Trench is that you draw 4 cards. You get to take the 3rd best one. Your opponent will discard 2, and then you'll get a choice out of the remaining 2. What's he give us? Looks like a McClunky's gone and something else. Right, let me throw the score up as well. Super Laser Tech, or I think I like the Bazine here. Or are we going to go to... No, the Super Laser Tech I think we have to take because we want to be a Devastator level next play. He plays home 1. You could return a Cassian, you could return a Cham, you could return no, you can't return a Cham or a Heavy. It's only Cassian and Battlefield because it has to have the heroic pip. So yeah, we're going full troll level today with Trench. It's like an evenly matched game at the moment. You waiting on me? It's timed out. No. So what did we revealed? Super Laser Tech, Bazine, Frozen in Carbonite, and McClunky. And he picked Frozen in Carbonite and McClunky to discard. Okay, so he's passed because I'm down, I guess. And we can play Yularen and Super Laser Tech here. So he's going to run out a Poe. That's okay. We can play the Super Laser Tech and we can No Good to Me Dead. Yep. We'll Super Laser Tag and then we'll No Good to Me Dead the Poe, I think. And that'll guarantee that we can hit a Devastator out next turn. Do we want Yularen or do we want... I think we get rid of Yularen here. All right, we're both up to 9. Okay, well, we want to get to 10. Let's do that. We'll rummage. We rummage this trooper. Do we hit home 1? Let's just hit the Poe. Yeah, let's rummage this this trooper out. Yeah, battle. The crew's good. Yeah, there you go. Palp's return is good. We're gonna hit him with like 3 devastators in a row here. Got the score up. I haven't got the score up. We went 7-3 with the Troll Akbar yesterday. Let's see if we can better that record. Wow, that's interesting. He's gonna hit us with a Crate Dragon. Okay. All right, let's hit in. Okay, so he's going to claim. We can play another Devastator out, which will hit the Crate Dragon. We'll take 10. We can also run out with Trench and hit into base. We could Frozen in Carbonite, but if he does play another Crate Dragon, he's already... We got rid of 1. I don't think they... Do they play more than 2? No, I think we got Palp's return. Let's just make sure of it. He'll have to hit base and we'll pass. All right, so Crumb's pretty good. He may have a Hammerhead or something here to try and take out our Devastator. Knocked out 2 crates. Crates really are only... Yeah, so that's not going to do anything, is it? So let's... He may have a Hammerhead, but he's not going to be able to deal enough damage anyway for that. All right, let's hit over the top. What have we got in here? We've got Vader. And so we could perhaps return Vader. Let's do that to start with. Right, and we can play a phase 3 trooper out. We can then, let's drop Trench out. Third time he's, I think second or third time he's coming out. He's going to pick 2 of our cards, our 4 cards to discard. And he's going to give us a Maul. Wow. So he must have, yeah, the Palp's Return, Reinforcement Walker. Pretty good. And then let's just play our Crumb to heal. That seems like we're in a good spot. Even if he was to Sentinel somehow, we've got Maul that's just going to come straight in over the top now. All right, well, I think that's it. 1 game for Trench. Able to take the Han 2 Data Vault down. We got rid of 1 crate with a Bazine. And then we got rid of... Can we play the Kira? Yeah, we can play the Kira. 1 with the Devastator. Let's see how this matchup goes. Let's try and increase the price of this card here. This Trench Showcase. Let's try and get the price up on it. He's disconnected. He's seen the Trench and said no, thank you. All right, Vader Green. No, open format. I think that means. Does that mean the new cards and that? Yeah. We don't want to play a best of 3 yet. What worked well in that game for us? We got the ramp, obviously. We got the ramp. I thought the, where is it? The Invincible was crazy in that game. It was a 6/6 in space, threatening a leader deploy and a massive barrage target. No good to me dead. Well, I think we played it once. Didn't get our reinforcement walkers. Vader came out. Maul we didn't use. Crumb was annoying for him. Devastator was the sort of linchpin at the end. All right, so we've got no ramp here, even though we've got a lot of small plays. So I'm just going to search for a ramp. We didn't get it. We got... How many crumbs do you need? We can just resource 2 crumbs. We're going to start, yeah, rummaging early on here. Yeah, let's drop the crumb. We've got a no good to me dead if he like gets a super pilot. All right, now we got our resupply. That how good's that? Yularen, is Yularen any good? Guess Yularen's good for healing. No, let's get rid of Yularen. I always like this. You can only use the rummage ability when it's 3 or higher. So I want to try and hopefully get to that the level of the Invincible up there. So he claimed initiative. Let's rummage. Okay, Lackey's is good. Let's hit him for 1. Okay, so now we've got some plays now. We've got a Technician. We can play for 3 and then it'll go into our resource row ready, and then we'll be able to just deploy trench out. So that, to me, if this crumb can survive, it's a pretty good play. I think lackeys, I think we can resource that. I want to keep this no good to me dead for if he throws a Sarge into a ship. Would be rough. We're expecting like Childson or something here. All right, let's play the technician. Hopefully he doesn't kill our crumb. We'll be able to ping the technician. So the deck list is in the description. We're playing, what did he do? He passed. Okay, well, let's hit our... I don't even mind if he power the dark sides here, because this leader can be deployed many times over. So let's see what he picks. We get some card draw. We got River Devastator. I think we'll take another No Good to Me Dead, just because Asajj can do some crazy stuff. All right, so there is the power of the dark side. All right, let's get rid of the Jump Master. We'll start with the Crumb. No, we'll start with... No, we haven't got enough to do Invincible and then Trench. Let's deploy again. See if he's got another card for us. Another Power of the Dark Side. All right, let's take a resupply. What do you got for us? Takedown, Power of the Dark Side. Got plenty of cards. We're on 7. The Banshee. All right. Let's hit his base for 4. Play a Crumb and we'll resupply. We have 2 No Good to Me Deads that we can drop on Asajj if she decides to go in that Banshee. Oh, more ramp. I think we need the more ramp at this stage. We've got a PQ coming up, so this is definitely an option for us. Okay, so he's dropped the Iden in the TIE Fighter here. We could No Good to Me Dead, but then kind of feel like we need to save it for... we kind of need to save it. Palpatine's Return is good. We could bring out, so we could... Yeah, let's do that. So let's just hit for 4 with Trench. I'm going to play Bounty Hunter Crew, and I'm going to bring back Palpatine's Return. And I'll bounce Crumb. And yeah, bounce Crumb will No Good to Me Dead when he deploys Asajj. Okay, let's bounce. All right, let's play Crumb down. Which way is he going? Okay. So I'm waiting for him to deploy Asajj. If he doesn't, we'll just run into Tarkin here. Okay, so he doesn't. Um, right, we'll get rid of the lackeys. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. Kind of changes our plan a little bit. We just Palps return and hit the walker. He's going to be able to deploy a Sarge. Sarge will be able to kill the Devastator, but I think we're okay with that. Need to kill this Tarkin. Be able to bounce the crumb. That'll drop some health off. All right, let's bounce the Tarkin. All right, let's just hit for 4 into base. Then pass. Okay, what do we need to keep here? First time awake, Arcane Chef. First time awake early enough to catch you live. Love the content, man. Thanks, Arcane Chef. It's like super late for me. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and that's when I normally start streaming. So what do we got? I like the crumb. Do we have anything to really McClunky? Yeah, we have with the crumb and that. Let's get rid of the invincible. So we're just Arcane Chef. We're just trolling people today. So we're just going ahead with our trench game plan. Akbar yesterday, trench today. Okay, kind of really holding back that leader deploy. Don't know where this Asajj is coming to, so he's going to pass. Pass, okay. What are options? We could maul, or we could no good to me dead the TIE fighter. For starters. We could Palpatine's return to kill the Tarkin, but then Asajj is going to come out and at least hit us for 4. How did you come up with this version? I've seen the blue version. So this is Crispy's version. In the description of the video, there should be a deck tech for it as well. Let me just work this out. Okay, so Palp's return. Let's no good to me dead the TIE fighter, so we don't have to worry about it. Palpatine on Devastator. Yeah, he still hasn't deployed his leader though, so I'm kind of just a little bit hesitant. All right, so now he's going to play his Asajj, which means now we're able to drop Maul out and kill the Asajj. So I think I'm fine to take it all on Maul there. This TIE fighter's not going to be untapped. We can also McClunky we wanted to. So we're McClunky to the Tarkin here. Hmm. No, let's leave it. Let's leave it there. All right, Invincible's an easy resource. That TIE fighter is not going to become untapped. We've got 12 on board. We kind of, well, he's not going to kill us. So let's hit 7 into base then. See what he's got for us. Yeah, so as I was saying, this deck was Crispy's. And I'll have the deck tech in the description of the video. See, something he's been working on. So Crispy put together the Han 2 data vault that everyone sort of has latched onto. And this is another one of his lists that he's been working on. He has to kill the crumb here. Yeah, so there we go. All right, 2-0. So let's have a look at the list again. Trench data vault here. So instead of going the Trench Colossus that I used to play, we've gone mixed in the green. We're going to prioritize ramp. And then we're going to go to that big top end. The Sith, Vader, Maul, Reinforcement Walker, Devastator. We've got 3 palp returns for each of those. And we're just going to try and lock his board up till then with like Frozen in Carbonite, No Good to Be Dead. Bazine to pick out things and that as well. So, yeah, just somehow it works all together. So let's keep going. No matches yet. I'll find that video as well and drop it in the chat. So he's done a deck tag where he's just laid out his cards. Okay, so we've got a Luke Tarkin Town. So this one could be difficult. What do we like here? The Eager Escort is good second turn. But again, we've got no ramp here. Like, because we've got initiative. We can just rummage and then Eager Escort whatever his first turn play is. That seems okay. Let's go with that. The No Good to Me Dead is really good for his Luke deploy. We don't need McClunky. We don't need the Dark Trooper. We're going to keep the ones that we want to rummage into our resource row, which is a Devastator. All right, so let's claim. You might put an R2 or something on that. X-Wing. Okay, I don't think we need the Bounty Hunter crew. All right, let's run into his X-Wing. All right, let's rummage. Has to be 3 or higher, so let's rummage out the Maul. And then claim. All right, so the Technician is good. The Yularen is probably good for healing. I don't know how good the Vader is in this matchup. But we are after a... Because what I'm thinking is that if I play Technician, it kind of blocks him from hitting the Y-Wing. If he does hit it, I'm able to at least hit a Yularen down. And then the Crumb is so good for just healing, but... All right, let's go there. What we're after is actually a barrage, is what we want. All right, what was I finding? I was trying to find... that video with the deck tech in it. Let's rummage here while he decides what he's doing with the Vader. There we go. So we need that overwhelming barrage. All right, we are going to take one onto the technician. We'll drop the Yularin down. You may ping it and Tarkin town it, which I think we're okay with. Yeah, he trench. Yes, we're on trench green. All right, so daring raid, and then he's going to ping it. Okay. Right, so what can we do here? We could kind of like frozen in carbonite and deploy trench here. So if we freeze his Y-wing, deploy trench, and then next turn we've got quite a good barrage. I don't think we need the resupply. Our other options are invincible, but there's not much else. There's not any other play we've got if we do that. So let's frozen in carbonite this annoying Y-wing. Deploy trench, and we'll try and get a big barrage next turn. So we'll deploy trench out. So when you deploy trench, 4 cards, he gets to discard the first 2. We get to pick out of the remaining. So basically, on deploy, draw your 3rd best card. I think I like the McClunky here over the Syndicate Lackeys. All right, let's hit base for 4. We're kind of set up for a big barrage next turn. If Trench can stay alive, and he doesn't. Luckily, we do have a good no good for me dead here as well. Yeah, so that's probably why aggression wasn't great there. All right, we can get rid of a technician. So let's deploy trench again. If I had that, maybe I should have. No, I think deploy is fine. Let's take the heal. Hopefully we'll try and get to our Devastator level. Yeah, so he's gonna... He throws Luke in. Yeah, so now we'll be able to no good to me dead the Luke. Have our heal online with Yularen. Hit his base for 4. Next turn we can barrage. Take out the rest of his ships. Where's that Cassian going to hit? It's going to hit Yularen or the base. All right, so we're going to hit for 6. Let's get rid of the resupply. All right, let's just barrage away. We clear all the ships. It's only hitting for 2 there. Let's keep our trench fairly healthy. Go Yularen or Tech here. Let's go Tech. We are looking for our Devastator. We haven't been able to really rummage too much with our leader. Right, aggression. Okay, ready unit? Sure. Going to come in and be able to kill trench here. All right, Palp's return for a Devastator. Seems pretty good. Let's get rid of the lackeys. We want him to hit with this Y-wing, so let's hit in the base. Okay, now we're going to be able to kill our technician. Now we're able to Palp's return. We'll kill the masterpiece. And basically, if he can't kill the Devastator, he has to claim, otherwise we've won. Can't kill it with 7 resources. He has to claim, because otherwise we'll just claim and finish his 25 health base. So let's claim. Red 5. Got the turn. And then he's going to be able to Tarkin town it. So that's pretty cool. He did it. But was he expecting the second Palp's return? Let's get rid of the Invincible this time. And let's drop another Devastator down on him for 11. RHOOO. Rue? I don't know what that... Maybe rude. Is that what it means? Alright, let's claim. Alright. Huge number of Devastators on that came, bailed us out. And we'll move to 3-0 with Admiral Trench. Resident Troll deck at the moment. Okay, what do we got? Vader Blue. What is that Vader Blue? Is that the old Vader Blue? Like the hard control one? Damn, what a play. Yeah, Palp's return is so good in this deck. Like, I'd been playing Trench with Blue, and you just don't get access to Devastator and Palp's return. And just Palp return in general, like on resource turn 6, when you can bring out the Sith, bring Vader and Maul back out. Just so much value there that you don't normally get. Like, this is what I wish Dr. Aphra deck would have been, but it never got the pieces that it needed. Maybe Trench is the way to go here. Or maybe it's time to revisit Aphra. But I think deploying like multiple times of Trench is just... And then having a 60 card deck, you're not really worried about the deck size too much, like milling out. Yeah, so what it's going to do is going to find that video. Let me find it. Actually, I put it in the link of the description of the video, so she'll be able to grab that and put it in the chat. All right, no one wants to play Trench, so let's jump back out. We play a, I don't know, Thrawn Red. All right, so if you're after the deck tech where Crispy's actually talking about individual card choices, this is the link to it. So we have tons of ramp. We have so much ramp. So let's go with that. Would you like to mulligan? No. Get rid of the McClunkies, because then we can rummage the resupply and then just go back-to-back technicians. Or have to be careful that we don't get no gloried on our technician. Oh well, he didn't want to play. Let's not count that then. All right, Anakin Blue. That seems like a good meta deck. Clint, something to put me to sleep. This is you should be learning something here. You should be broadening your horizons above Sabine. There are how many leaders? 18 times 4. There are plenty of leaders, 50, 60 leaders to choose from. You don't have to stay at number one. Would you like to mulligan? We kind of want ramp. I don't want to get traded in for cheap on Anakin here. All right, we can resource. We have initiative here, so I don't mind playing the retainer at the start. Right, lackeys and invincible here. Right, let's drop the retainer. He probably put like C3PO out. Yep. All right, we'll claim. We can hit in a C3PO, so he doesn't get the easy trade. McClunky, is that any good? Don't think so. We want to like trade into his guy. All right, so he's going to open fire. Okay. All right, and we'll rummage them all. You can always play it back with the Palps return. And what it means is we can just play Invincible next turn. Right, we won't need the Eager Escort. The Anakin Blue is kind of weak in space. All right, let's resource the Eager Escort. Invincible costs 5 because we've got a Separatist in play. And what it also means is that if it stays there, we can deploy Trench and just return a unit that costs 3 or less back to his hand. Okay. Open fire. All right, let's claim. All right. I do like No Good to Me Dead, especially against Anakin. How greedy do we go here? Let's get rid of the crew. Don't like resourcing it, but all right, let's deploy, which means we're going to be able to bounce C3PO. He's going to pick 4 cards, discard 2. We'll get then the choose from the remaining 2. So basically, we're going to get the third best card here. This is for sale too, Trent. To Clint, you know the Trent showcase might be for sale. If we can make it work, McClunky or let's take the Trooper. At triple the price for you, Clint. Right, it means we can play the Trooper out here as well. Works in pretty well. How much damage do we want to put on the base for Anakin though? Yeah, he's going to take down. Fine, we'll hit in for 4. We can drop our Trooper. Well, we won't now. I don't want to just give free trade there when this guy's got like 4 throws and that. We can save the Trooper for that as well. Let's get rid of a Trooper. I just want to keep the resupply up my sleeve. We need it. We can always rummage it when it's back out, when he's back in his normal position. All right, well, that's a little bit awkward. We just maul straight over the top here. I think so. Like, Go straight over the top. Yeah, I'm trying to get this showcase up in price, Clint. So maybe if I get a good result here tonight, maybe it might go up. I'll sell it to you for triple the price. You can finally get rid of that Sabine showcase. All right, claim. Like slamming the pout return on Maul on 6 resources. Yeah, that's true. But I also drew a card as well with the trench flip, and trench flip also sent the C3PO back to his hand. So I can see the benefits of both. But that's why I went with the flip. All right, let's hit in. I don't really care if he kills a trench because we can just deploy it back out. Yeah, so that's why I went with the deploy. Wash your mouth out. um. So how did he kill? Did he trade up? Yeah, that's fine. All right. What do we got? We got anything in our discard? Worthwhile. Maybe bounty hunter crew. If you bring something out, we can just. Well, we just dark trooper here. Like, I want to be able to know good to me dead. I don't think there's anything in our discard that we want to bring back yet with the bounty hunter crew. So let's just. Well, we just passed. Okay, well, now we can kill Anakin. All right, so he brings Luke out. We know good to me dead. I don't think so. I think we can run in with Trench. We'll claim, and then we can run in with the bounty hunter crew as well. And get back our Palps return. Alright, let's bring back our Palps return. And let's start dropping Devastators on him. Alright, let's bring the Trooper down. Alright, let's claim. I wish I had a Vader rather than a Maul in the row. But let's see what he's got. We've got 3 Devastators in a row here. How much removal has he got? Is there anything we want to rummage? No. Just claim. All right. Well, we've got a very good barrage board here. The Jump Master. Barrage the board. Hit his base for 12 while we can. We could maul here, or we could just deploy Trench and hit him for another 4 and put him in lethal range with the Devastator. I do like Bazine in case he has a Crate Dragon here. You can have the crumb so he can hit us for 1. All right, well, we'll just claim and win, I think, here. Keeps playing units out. All right, let's hit him with the Devastator. That's 4-0. Cleaning up with Trench. We want like a Cure or something would be fun. A Ray Blue Colossus. I don't know how that matchup goes. We don't want preview. They're the new cards. A Mace Red. No, we don't want preview. Let's create game. So who joins us? They're pretty cool so far. Pretty cool deck. All right, we have a Quinlan. So let's get our hand discarded. Maybe not. Quinlan jumped out of that one pretty quick. Now, did I find that? Did I find that link? Did I drop it in the chat? I did. So the link to the deck list is in the chat, and also the deck tech that Crispy's got. Okay, looking at this hand, it's not good because even though we've got Initiative and Bazine is a good first turn play, what we're actually looking for is ramp. So let's mulligan. So we've got a fair bit of ramp, which is cool. We've got a Yularen. Yeah, scared of the trench. Exactly. Okay, so kind of like... I think we need 2 ramps, so let's get rid of 1 resupply and let's get rid of the reinforcement walker here. All right, let's play Yularen. All right, let's claim. So what do we do here? Do we run the escort fighter in? And because if this gets piloted, it's going to be a pain to deal with. So let's just run it in now. We can rummage with Trench. At least next turn we can play resupply. Well, that would have been a better target. Rummage. Okay, let's hit base for 2. Frozen in Carbonite's good. No Good to Me Dead is good as well. I'm going to get rid of the lackeys here. All right, perfect. Frozen in Carbonite. Rip to red 5 with Chewbacca on it. Okay, let's take out the Benthic. Wow, things couldn't have gone much better. Let's rummage. Keep rummaging. Let's get some Palps returns. Bring Vader and that back out. We can also... No Good to Me Dead here. The Leia. This is a rip. Look at that. A red 5. Chewbacca on it in Frozen in Carbonite. Okay, I think we just resupply here. He'll drop Leia out. We'll just No Good to Me Dead. The Leia. Right, pass. All right, we're getting near Devastator level. Don't think I even need the Trooper here. Because we're going to be able to play the... Let's deploy out. Let's see what we get. All right. Well, I'll take the trooper. All right. Well, we have to kill the Dodonna, unfortunately, before we do anything else. Okay, daring raid. All right, let's put the trooper down. Another invincible. We could just drop trench out again here. All right, so he's going to attack. So let's just deploy trench once again. He's just going to keep coming back out. Lackeys are good. Bounty Hunter crew is good, but lackeys we can play this turn. Right, wing leader. Yeah, so that worked out well. We can just lackeys into layer. Trench can hit blue leader. And we're kind of one more turn away from hitting the Devastator here. All right, so what do we do here? Do we play the Jump Master with Invincible? Or do we play the Reinforcement Walker? I think we just play the Reinforcement Walker here. Another Reinforcement Walker. No, I think we've got too many big things already. We can always Palps return it. All right, let's rummage. We'll get rid of the Invincible. There we go. Palps return. It's going to use Lay's ability. Let's clear up the board just a little bit. We won't draw there. Let's rummage. We'll get rid of the Jump Master. All right. Well, we'll just hit into that. We'll take the 3 and give him a Devastator to get through. All right, let's claim. We'll go straight over. Let's get rid of the Invincible. Go straight over one of these wing leaders. Would have been good to have like a Devastator or something there. Not a Devastator, a Overwhelming Barrage. All right, let's hit his base. We don't need that. Do we just maul here? Maul or Vader? I think we just maul. And we probably could just deploy trench if we wanted to. There we go. There we go, 5-0 with trench so far on a streak. This Thrawn Red Premier Casual. I don't think that means the new cards. So what do we think so far? What do we think of Trench? Trench Green. It seems much better than the Trench Colossus. All right, so we've got Ramp. We've actually got Initiative as well. So Bazine is really good here. What it means is we can. I don't think we need no good to be dead in this matchup, and Eager Escort can go as well. So the Bazine we can play out first turn. Hopefully he's Kranich or something like that. So what have he's got? He's got a Traitorous. He's got a Cobvanth. Don't care about Traitorous. Let's just get rid of his Cobvanth. See what if he... Alright. Well, it happens sometimes. Alright, I think we just resupply and then we can Syndicate Lackeys in next turn. Alright, let's resupply. Alright, let's just claim. See what he plays. Alright, we don't need the Yularen at this stage. Lackey's in. And he got one card out of it. But that's what Thrawn needs. Thrawn needs card draw. Alright, so we've got... You may defeat another friendly unit if you do draw a card. What do we do here? I think we just claim. Alright, let's get rid of the crumb. I don't really want to discard Maul yet and just waste it. So let's just deploy Trench, see what we get. Alright, so we have... Super Laser Technician is not good against... Thrawn with no glory. Alright, it's going to hit the Data Vault. Let's hit in 5 in there. Make him kill the lackeys or something here. Don't really want that Kranich living, but... Got to trigger multiple times. Alright, let's just take the shield off Kranich. And then we'll resupply here. Pass. Frozen in Carbonite. Get rid of the Jump Master here. Alright, let's... Use base for 4. Let's drop a crumb. Let's maul the... Do we put it all on crumb? Nah, let's keep the crumb out there for a while. It's gonna barrage. Maybe we should have put it on crumb. Alright, let's claim. Another Palp's Return, Frozen in Carbonite. Get rid of the Trooper. Use base for 4. What we got here? Let's attack his base, do another 1. We could Palp's Return for a... All right, let's hit over the top again. This time we put it on Crumb. And let's keep all our units. He's probably got like a super laser blast anyway. All right, pass. Okay, we're going to play a walker out here, so I don't think I'm going to resource up till we get something not as good. Super laser blast, no. All right, let's draw the invincible. All right, let's claim. All right, the trooper can go. All right, let's hit his base. See what we get. We want to draw the restock. All right, let's just deploy. Hmm. Take another frozen. All right, so he's going to play that out. So let's hit his base for another 4. And freeze it in carbonite. Play a Bazine first. Let's see what he's got. All right, let's take his super laser blast. Then we can freeze his Avenger there. This deck has has a lot of answers. Like he is on 20. We know he's got Snoke. But we've got an answer for that. And this will put him in lethal range. So he probably hit in here and make... hit his base for 4. Another 1 as well. See if he has any answers now. Right, pass. No, invincible. We resource that. No. What did he do? No gloried. Okay. Let's hit his base for 4. We've got our maul that'll hit for 6. He doesn't sort this commando out here. Yep. Okay, let's just play an invincible out for 5. What do we want to lose here? I think we'll lose the invincible because if he has merciless contest. Right, let's play another invincible. Or he had another power. It's kind of going to need super laser blast here. Let's pass. When you're playing these control decks, all you need to do is put out like 2 or 3 units, and then they can't handle it. There we go. Taking care of the Thrawn Data Vault. We move to 6-0. All right. Any games? All right, let's create a new one. So I know some people play on. Some people play Petronaki. Some people play Karabast. It's what do people think is which one should I be playing on? I'm just used to the older Karabast style. All right. So here we don't have any ramp. So I'm just going to keep going for ramp. Okay, we got no ramp, but we did get some decent plays in that here. I think we get rid of. Let's get rid of the no good to me dead. We play Bazine, potentially first turn. He has initiative. We'll try and pick his ramp or that he might have. All right, let's Bazine. Make sure he hasn't got a Chewie. Okay, let's get rid of the Fleet Lieutenant. We also want to rummage here. We want to take out the. We want to get to our ramp. He had Marine as well. Actually, maybe we should have taken care of the Marine because he's going to be able to shield. Here, and it's not like we have hard removal in this deck. Right, what's happening? Maybe dropping. All right, just while we wait, let's have a look over the list. I haven't used any of our sideboard. I'm not sure this is. I can see Cad Bane being a good choice, and I can see Greedo being for like the hyper aggro. Eager Escort, maybe for the Han Green. Not sure what the Shadow Tank is there for. All right, well, he's dropped out of that one. We're not going to play a best of 3 at this stage. Create a game. All right, Yoda Green, our old favorite, Yoda Data Vault. Let's see. Is this an Endless Legions version of it? Again, no ramp at all, so that's not what we wanted. And again, no more ramp in here. So I think we get rid of the McClunky and an Invincible to our resource row. First turn, we put Maul back in discard. Okay. Draw a card. No, let's claim. All right, Frozen in Carbonite. No good to me dead. McClunky. Let's put McClunky away. How good is Frozen in Carbonite? Should we be stopping his card draw here? Maybe that's correct. We stop his card draw. We can try and get a resupply. Still hasn't hit it. There we go. We've hit a resupply now. All right, he's no good to me dead. Any good? The Jump Master's no good. I think this deck is, yeah. Right, let's resupply. Okay. Question is, do we rummage here? I think so. Well, we got a technician. We could go technician, technician deploy. Or we could invincible and then return. Let's go that. Next turn we can return. Right. Well, that didn't kind of work out at all. I think a better play would actually have been deploy there and then play the tech. Wow. Okay, we've got double devastators here. I'm going to deploy with tech. No, deploy with trench, I think. Take the walker. Wow, we are getting destroyed. We're getting absolutely destroyed this game. I would like to have played this one again, I think. All right. Well, I think we kind of stuck now. If you can remove the reinforcement walker. Yeah, we're dead. I would like to rematch that one. Because pretty sure I played that one wrong. If you'll do a rematch. We went for ramp last time. McClunkies we've got now, so let's just like to mulligan. No, I think we try to go too greedy on that one. Hey Salush, let's get rid of the trooper, and then no good to me dead. Try and compete a little bit this time. Let's stop his 3PO. Right, so we've got another Bazine here. All right, let's rummage the mall. Wow, that's pretty good. Right, now we've got the invincible. Now we've got the frozen in carbonite. Let me get rid of one McClunky. Another resupply. So he's double resupplied on us. Okay. Well, the Yoda's just going to be able to kill one of our units on deploy, I think, anyway. So let's rummage. Rid of the frozen. He's base for 2. We'll play our other Bazine out. We'll take his Luke. Right, we've got another McClunky. We know he's got a blue leader here. All right, so he's going to flip and kill something here. I think we just hit him for Yoda for 1. Play the Invincible, see if he has removal for it. All right, let's claim. We'll start with the barrage. Rid of that McClunky. What's better here? Is it better to remove the blue leader? I think it is. From playing Yoda, I don't want Yoda to be back in his normal state where he's flipping. Let's go base for 8. What's no good to me dead? The Chewbacca. Get rid of the lackeys here. Let's go base for 6 again. A reinforcement walker. Raw. Didn't seem to have any removal yet. So that's why I went down the walker path there. Alright, I think we can barrage now. Let's hit his base. We'll see what we draw. We don't need the Lightspeed director. He's going to pass. Maybe he's waiting for us to... Maybe Eager Escort, takedown. Alright. Deploy. Trench can finish off Yoda. Take the Eager Escort. Alright, don't think we need the Jump Master. What we do need is our Devastators to start coming out. Alright, let's hit base for 4. Let's play our Invincible. Play the Gamorrean and Escort, but don't ambush it in. Right, now we've got the Devastator. Alright, let's hit base for 6. Base for 4. Right, we got him on 6 health. Yeah, Yoda is definitely trying to set up endless legions, so I have to. I think I made a mistake by hitting with the invincible right at the start. All right, got one back. Got one of beated us there. Let's see if it's 1-1 between us and Yoda. Wants to go again. Doesn't look like it. I think he's already gone. All right, we are 7-1 so far with Trench. The list is in the description of the video. There's a deck tech as well. All right, we are back to Han 2 Data Vault. All right, this looks pretty good. We've got a Bazine into a Technician into an Invincible. We won't mulligan. So here we want to resource the McClunky and the Bounty Hunter crew. That way we can rummage the Devastator into our discard to get it back later. You don't want to have Devastators in that sitting in your resource row. Okay, what don't we want him to have here? Don't think we want him to have the resupply. Let's get rid of that. All right, let's claim. Don't think we need the eager escort. What I'm going to do though is run into the peacekeeper, and then play the technician. All right, let's claim. Rid of the crumb. Get in there. We can resupply, or we could play the invincible here. If we draw a barrage, it'll be like, it'll be great. Here, I think we just play the invincible. Let's rummage Devastator. All right, let's claim. Give us a barrage. Do not get a barrage. Let's rummage again. See if we hit a barrage. No good to me dead. Right. If he doesn't attack with Poe here, we'll no good to me dead it. All right, let's resupply up. All right, that's no good to me dead, Poe then. Now, got a barrage? No. We can hit here and reinforcement walker. let's play the reinforcement walker out. Wow. Okay. Let's claim. Well, we have to kill that. So we're gonna play that. So 8. Yeah, we have to kill that. Let's go with that then. 7, 8. All right, let's kill Han. All right, K2SO. All right, let's no good to me dead. The Poe. Let's claim then. If he's going to pass, we'll just claim. Let's hit the K2. Hope he doesn't have a Great Dragon here. It's the only way we kind of get beat from here at the moment. Starhawk. Okay, well, I have to hit Poe. Palp's return is good. Probably don't need McClunky. Uber greedy in a list like this with playing Starhawks. Wow. All right. Hit for 10. Very lucky he hasn't hit a... Yeah, all right. Pillage. That's fine. We'll just deploy our trench and draw another card. Let the Frozen in Carbonite. We'll bounce his unit back. So we're bouncing the unit back because of Invincible. So when you deploy a leader, you can return a unit. Right, let's put him on the clock here. All right, what has he got? All right, we're okay with that. All right, can he answer the Devastator? All right, well, it looks shaky, that one, for quite a while. 8-1. All right, one more game. Oh, best of 3 for Kira would have been fun, but we're... Oops, was there a Vader down the bottom then? Jump in with the Vader. Yeah, best of three would have been fun earlier on with Kira, but it's a bit long. Pretty good. So again, what you're looking for here is prioritize ramp over everything else. We've got a good first turn play in Bazine, and then straight into ramp. So we won't mulligan. The fighter and the retainer will return. All right, let's have a look. Wow, this is going to be a janky deck. All right, get rid of the resupply then. Put a death mark on Bazine, which is something that he just drew. All right, so I like the lackeys. We've got a key technician. Let's get rid of Palp's return. Gotta be careful putting. You gotta really be careful about putting death marks on Bazines because they're normally accompanied by a McClunky. All right, let's claim. That's pretty good. Another resupply. We just go for it. We just go for as far up as we can get. Let's put the walker away for now. Can make sure we do here. I think we lackeys into that. That way, next turn we can resupply and deploy trench out. We want to get to the stage where he pops a Vader and we just pop a Devastator. He'll get his cards. We'll claim. There's our McClunky. We were looking for that. I might keep it just in case he puts another bounty on me. There we go. We're just talking about that. So let's deploy. Again, we'll pick the third best card. What is the third best card? Looks like it's the Trooper. Plays a unit out here. I'm just going to McClunky to get this bounty off this unit. It's an underworld. Remnant reserves. Okay. We'll resupply up. I think we can afford a Dark Trooper here. He got an open fire. Got nothing off his quarry. Really have nothing with the Palpatine's return at this stage. Alright, let's not really in a rush. Right, McClunky can go. We can just no good to me dead, Vader. He comes out. Alright, let's barrage. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can run into the trooper here. Vader will come out. We'll no good Vader. And then we'll run into the fifth brother. Right, what's better here? I think we can get rid of No Good to Me Dead because the Frozen we can use for his Devastator or something big like that. We've already frozen his leader. All right, well, we can leave it at that. We may get barraged here. If we do, we'll just run the lackeys in. That's his base for 10. No disintegrations. Kill there. And then let's just run trench out again. All right, let's take the crew. French, pretty dominating run. I think the only one we lost was the Yoda. That really bad run with the Yoda game, but we played it same opponent back again, and we got the win on that one. So not too bad with running trench today. All right, so we need to do 4 overwhelm here. So if we can get a clear shot at Vader here, yeah, that's game. All right. Who wants a quick rematch? All right, one quick rematch. No, it's good. Change our score to 9-1. What do we learn from that first game? We learned ramp quickly. Frozen in Carbonite's probably not needed. I want to get to some kind of barrage state. All right, let's start with Bazine again. So we'll go Bazine resupply. Hopefully we'll hit something. So yeah, let's get rid of the Bounty Hunter's Quarry here. If I had a McClunky, I would have got rid of the Super Laser Tech. All right, I don't think we need the restock in this game. All right, let's trade there. Let's resupply up. Let's rummage the Vader. Yeah, we need a Devastator. What is better here? Kind of just want to keep the barrage. Want to keep the maybe a more we can put away. I want to put the Devastator in the graveyard. All right, that's pretty good for us. All right, Yularan we don't really need. McClunky we need. Well, we'll keep McClunky in case he puts a bounty on here. He didn't. Let's deploy. getting to pick some cards. More McClunky. Right, so that means Vader's coming out. You can no good to me dead, Vader. Great. Not great there. Because if he has a Vader or his own Vader unit come out here, Trench is not really a big threat of a unit. So it's barrage. Well, we're not going to kill either way, are we? All right. Well, we can't McClunky our own unit. Friendly non-leader. Now we get the invincible. Pop the invincible out. We might be able to, if he can't kill it, we can deploy Trench and return his tech back to his hand. Wow. Okay. We are in trouble. What do we need here? Barrage doesn't do it. Yeah. We'll just hit him. We'll try and get a maul or something like that. Yeah. I think he's got us on this one. All right, let's deploy. See what we get. Kind of need something that we can. If we play a bounty hunter crew or anything like that, yeah. Doesn't really matter. Either one of those. Death mark. We'll see if he kills the guard here. He should kill the guard. Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do tonight. So pretty good run with Trench. No, I'm not playing again. Yeah, so pretty decent run with Trench. There, the list is in the description of the video. Green, yellow, has lots of game into everything. The kind of just got caught up with the crate and all that. Everything coming out pretty bad in that last game. He got ramp. The other game we lost was against Yoda Blue Green as well. Similar type game, but all the other ones felt super smooth, the 9 wins. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. check out the in the description of the video. There is a
11 resources.
There is a let me paste it in. There is a video for Admiral Trench deck walkthrough from Crispy. He'll walk you through it. He'll walk you through all the card choices, what you should play when and where. And then hopefully I've given you enough of a sort of insight of what I think of the deck and how to play it. I'm sure you'll pick some extra tips up from Crispy and pick up a lot of the mistakes and that I potentially made tonight. So, all right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch